In this video, I'm going to show you the science of making money online. Hi guys, my name is Kay. In this video, I'm going to reveal to you how you can really start making money online immediately. Now, I know that sounds kind of weird, but you know what? There is truly a science to making money online. Now, I didn't really realize it until I kind of fell into it myself and then came out on the other end and realized, you know what? There is really a science to making money online. I've heard it, but pretty much ignored it. So here's the thing. If you ignore this, science of making money, you will really continue to struggle online for a long time, just like I did. But truly, you know what? If you learn and embrace it, it's gonna open the floodgates to you make a lot of money online. So in this video, I'm gonna reveal this secret to you so you could use it now to make money. But you know what? Most importantly, if you stick to the end of this video, I'm going to give you pretty much a shortcut to make the science work for you on day one. You know what? Back when I started, I wish I, understood that science, that someone put in a context that I could understand it. And not only that, that I could follow it to make me make money. So I'm going to put in a context to you, the science of making money online and how you could actually literally use it today to, implement it in whatever you're doing to you start making money online. But like I mentioned, if you stick to the end of this video, I'm going to give you just a shortcut, to make the science work for you so you can start making money from day one. So let me get into it and show you what this science is and what this really science of making money is. Now, to really show you that, it will make sense for me to show you in a sense that you could really feel it and it brings it home. Because most of the times, I think sometimes we learn some information that are far-fetched, in the space of a different study, and it's not prepared or it's not in a sense presented to us in a form that we understand it to embrace it. So you talk about science, algebra, physics, and they're all abstract theories, but if someone could put it in a form where you could understand it well as it applies to your life, then you could definitely apply what they're saying and make it work for you. So that's what I'm going to do for you in this, explaining what the science of making money online is all about. So just take for example, right? You ever see that you're trying to find a job or you know someone who's trying to find a job. They're filling out all these applications, but yet they can't find a job. And they don't have a job right now. They're desperately looking for a job and they're doing all this and can't find a job. So you have that feeling where, you know what, you're interviewing, but my goodness, the job's not coming. And then one day you interview, you get a job, and guess what? All these other jobs are coming out of the woodwork. It's like you could get another job, everything's going great. Whenever you want another job, there's a job at your disposal. Isn't that a weird feeling, right? You can't get a job, but when you get a job, you get to have another job. You can find another job. Now, I'm going to put another context so you see what I'm saying here and to really hone home this science of making money online. You ever in a scenario, people who are, lonely, they're looking for a partner, they're looking for love in a sense. They're very attractive people. Somehow they can't find the one, right? And then all of a sudden they find the one. They find someone, right? I mean, before they were no one. No one thought them attractive enough to date them. Whatever the case might be, they couldn't get a date, and all of a sudden they found a date. Everything's going good to the point where at some point they're talking about, you know what, someone is stepping out, right? Someone's having too many too many partners or whatever it might be. And you're like, how can a person who went from, being totally lonely now goes to a situation where they have too much that they get themselves in trouble? So that's what I'm going to speak on. The idea that, you know what, first you couldn't find a job, then you have a job, and when you have the job, you're getting so much more of it. You couldn't find a mate, and when you found a mate, you're getting so much more mates, right? The possibility is you could have more mates. So there's something out there called the law of abundance. And the weird thing is when you have it, whether it be negative or positive, you get more of it. So if you stop and just focus on what I just mentioned, right? What I just mentioned is the law of abundance. When you have it, whether it be negative or positive, you get more of it. So the way to make money online is you got to find a way to get money, to have money, right? You got to find a way to make money so the money, the law of abundance could actually work and get you more money. So it almost seems like a catch-22. And that's what I didn't realize when I first started this online journey was, you know what? It was a catch-22. You got to make some money online in order to keep making money. But my golly, when I started making money online, it was like everything that opened, I was making money at. And it was a bizarre thing. It's like, why couldn't I make money before when I wasn't making any money? Why couldn't I just make money? Because I wanted to. But that's the idea that the law of abundance has to come into play. So you got to cultivate it. It's really like a catch 22. I mean, you don't have it, but you get it, and then you get more of it. But you really have to figure out how to cultivate the law of abundance and use it to your advantage. So the challenge to all marketers online, when you're doing your marketing, you're trying to drum up business, make a sale, get income in. The challenge is really to hone in on the law of abundance. How could you use that to fuel what you're doing? So typically that means, you know what? If you're going to employ the law of abundance, you have to do things to make money now. So it's not like you're going out there and trying to get things together. Whatever you're doing, you have to make money now. So pretty much from the time you start, your business, whatever your business is, you got to start making money at it right away for that law of abundance to kick in, that you're making money over and over again. So when you're looking to do these online businesses, um, the goal you should really set for yourself, you know what, is not to go, worry about how am I going to market this? How am I going to do whatever it is? Your brain should be wrapped around how am I going to make money straight out of the gate once I start my online business? So if you focus on that, you'll have much more success. So in a nutshell, the takeaway from all of this is, you know what? Do all you can to make at least $1. And I'll actually implore you to do all you can to at least make $100 in the next 15 to 30 days. Because you know what? $1 is not going to motivate you too much, right? Before, it probably would have done it. But now in this day and age, making $100 really solidify that, you know what? I made some money. And the magic happens when you get that feeling, just like when you got your first job. You couldn't get a job before, but then all of a sudden you get a job. The feeling that invoked in you that you got your first job was of such elation. You were so happy. You were so full of abundance in the sense that I got my first job, that you could the next day go out and get another job, because that emotional state that you have inside, it's an overpouring of you being abundant inside. So now you could actually use that abundance, like exuberant, whatever that abundance brings to you, and actually go out there and get another job, and people will see that you have such abundance that, you know what, you don't need another job, but I had that abundance, they give you another job. It's amazing how that process of abundance works. So what I'm going to share with you next, is really going to motivate you to no end. um, because when you really cultivate that law of abundance, it really creates a different view of the world, a different view of how your marketing space is, that you actually free up yourself to be more creative, and you definitely find your marketing niche in a sense. So if you're a person that, is really outgoing or introverted, whatever it might be, you'll definitely gravitate to whatever the marketing space is you need to be in. As opposed to, you know what, when you're trying to make money online and you haven't made any, you're struggling with all these ideas of where should I market? How should I market? How is this person marketing? I should follow that person, how they're marketing. And the thing is, you know what? That person who's marketing have found their law of abundance in them, that they're making money. So then they're free to determine what their marketing niche is and how they want to do it. But you just coming on haven't determined that for yourself, right? You haven't felt that exuberance in yourself to say, yes, I'm going to make money at this. That you could be creative and say, you know what? I'm just going to do my thing. And that's where you need to get to. So I'm going to help a few people with this, science of making money online. And literally, I'm going to have you make money on demand. Because like I mentioned, right, the science of making money online, in a sense, commands that the more you have, the more you get. If you have nothing, whether it be negative or positive, it's going to give you more of it. So actually, you know what? Check this out. Remember when you um, remember this kind of thought that when you get more or you have more, you're going to get more as well. And there's a thing, I don't know if you ever really thought about this, and you hear a lot of people mention this, that the rich gets richer. And it's like, well, how does that happen, right? The rich gets richer. And it's the idea that, you know what? There's something that the rich know. They're in a space where they're in a total zone of abundance, that the more they have, they can't stop the law of abundance because they have it. The law of abundance rewards them from having it. But the other weird thing about that process is is that, you know what, the rich is in a space where it cultivates getting more riches. And how does that happen? They're in the know-how of knowing different places because they, interact with people who are in the know, the other people who have more abundance as well, to give them information of where to go get the money. Where is the money being made? And next thing you know, you see someone showing up, in the crypto space, right? You're like, wow, how did they know about crypto? No one else knew about it. Why did they jump in? And you know what? The weird thing is, by them jumping in, they created more wealth, right? The more attraction to crypto, or the more attraction to, say, a new fuel car or something like that. Whereas before it wasn't even heard of, no one was doing it, but all of a sudden they get involved and everything moves. So sometimes you need that as well, and you have to be in that zone of the law of abundance to actually get that. So I hope you kind of follow my thought here. But here's the takeaway. You got to cultivate the law of abundance in your life, and it's going to change your life. So if you're in the online marketing space, you're looking to make the money online, you have to cultivate that law of abundance that you're going to make that money. And there's different things you could do to get to this point. And some of the things you do to get to this point really involves you physically having to do some work in your business. So you physically have to go learn some things and be able to create some things in order for you to, ultimately get to that law abundance stage. Because if you have nothing, right, you have no skills online to market, you have no tools, no techniques, can you imagine you have nothing, but then you're wanting the law of abundance to reward you with something? So if you're coming to the table with truly nothing, you didn't invest in a business, right? You're in a business that you say, what it says, make money for free. So you're coming to the table with nothing, right? And then you say, okay, I want to make money. The law of abundance is saying, but you didn't put any money in. How can I reward you for making money and there's nothing in there that you have? Another part of this is when you come into the online marketing space, you're trying to make money, but you have no skills, right? You don't know where to go market. You don't even know how to put up an ad, right? And you come in and you're saying, at the end of this, I want to make some money. And the law of abundance saying, but you came with no skills. You have nothing to offer. In a sense, I can't reward what you don't have. So those are how, you could actually flip the script in a sense and let the law of abundance work for you. So if you have the stuff, the law of abundance is going to reward you with more. So I hope that makes sense to you. So what I'm proposing to do is literally help people make money from day one. Because I realized, you know what, that's what the law of abundance did for me. When I started making money from day one, it just kept snowballing. I kept making money. I kept finding different opportunities that I probably would have never have known about unless I was in that space of abundance. And so since I'm in that zone of abundance, I realize that it's much easier to make money when you're making money than if you're not making any money, to actually then overcome that big hurdle to then start making money. So that's what I'm doing for a few folks. I'm literally going to show you, how to make money literally starting from day one. But I could only do it for a few people because, I mean, this is going to involve my time. And so if it's going to involve my time, you do have to qualify that I help you. Because my plan is to literally help you make your first $100 in the next 15 to 20 days. I mean, literally, you make your first $100 in the next 15 to 20 days without the hard work of all that stuff that you have to do or you're doing right now. Because if you're doing anything right now, it is important that you do it in order to climb over that bridge, right? To get to the law of abundance where it starts, in a sense, giving you rewards for you doing your stuff. Because you have to come to the table with something. You have to come to the science of making money, saying, I have something for it to multiply. So literally, what I'm gonna do for a couple of folks is literally make your first $100 in the next 15 to 20 days. If that is of interest to you, you know what? You do want to make that kind of money. You've been struggling online to make money. You do want to, get off the roller coaster where you say, I'm trying, where there's no excuse this year, right, for you but to build wealth and to start making money online. I'm going to have a form below the description that you will need to fill out and to see if you actually qualify to be a person that I help making this first $100 in the next 15 to 20 days. Because like I mentioned in this, video, when we talk about the law of abundance and the science of getting rich, it's like, you know what? It rewards reward you for having something, whether positive or negative. If you have the negative part, it's going to give you more of the negative. If you have the positive part, it's going to give you more of the positive. So your goal as a marketer right now is to figure out how you could get all the positive stuff working in your favor so the law of abundance could give you more of the positive. So if you're struggling online, guess what? You have more of the negatives. And so that's why it's giving you more of the negatives that you're not making any money online. You're struggling with marketing. It's going to give you more of the negative. You're not making any money because you still continue to struggle with marketing. You get into the positive when you're making money online, guess what? Your marketing just shot up like 100-fold. For some strange reason, and it's not a strange reason, it's just the law of abundance and the science behind this process, where we mentioned before in the beginning of the video here, where I mentioned, you know what, you can't get a job, and because you can't get a job, you don't get a job, and you can't get a job. It's just a cycle that goes on. You don't have a job, you can't get a job. But once you find a job, there is so much more doors that open that you could get different jobs in different areas doing different things. And you're going, why was it so hard for me to find a job? I did the same thing I did finding this job. So that's what I want you to do. If you're struggling online and you want to break through this and you want to do this yourself, because usually, you know what, we're online, we're trying to make some money online, we usually try and go by ourselves. Definitely try and find a way that you can start making money now. In the next 10 to 15 days. I mean, that should be your whole goal. It's not to figure out, okay, where's the best place I can go advertise? How can I make my advertisement much better? How many people could I reach? Your goal should literally be, how can I make some money in the next 10 to 15 days, period. So there's folks out there who want to bypass this process, taking the inventory of figuring out deep inside themselves how they're going to make, a couple of bucks in the next 10 to 15 days. I literally have a plan in place for you to make $100 in the next 15 to 20 days without doing the hard work that you're probably doing right now, that you've probably, done before. Because you know what? They say the rich keep getting richer and richer, and they're not doing anything, in terms of hard work. And that's what the space you want to be in. And that's when the law of abundance really rewards you well. So if you're interested in letting me help you get to that process, like I mentioned, there's a link below in the description box that's going to take you to a form that you will need to fill out in order to qualify for me to help you to get to $100 in the next 15 to 20 days. For those of you who do not qualify for that kind of thing that I'm offering and definitely want to know how to get there, and even if you just want to see how to get there on your own, in the next couple of videos, I'm going to be putting out some different information, different materials to literally help you get over that gap of, not making any money online, to definitely get into a space where the law of abundance could really, in a sense, bless you to start making money online. So for that, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, the notification button, so when those information do come out, you will get first access to those materials, so you can definitely get on your way to living an abundant life online and making money once and for all in this industry.